So I will be executing Meterpreter reverse TCP payload. In order to do that, I have downloaded Kali Linux and created a virtual Kali machine. Uh, to first of all, to create the payload, I need to see my IP address. So I will use the following command. This is the attacker's IP address that I will create the payload on. So to create the payload, following command is used, where the attacker's machine IP address is given and an open port is given, and this is the name of the payload that we're going to create. It will be created on the attacker's desktop. So once the payload is created, it will be shown on the desktop. This is the payload. So once the payload is created, I'm going to start an HTTP server as the payload is created uh, over the HTTP server. I have to give the open port that I have used. So once the server has started, I will open up the victim machine and start the CMD. I will download the payload through PowerShell and put the file on the desktop. So in order to download the uh, payload, the following command is given where the attacker's IP address is shown and the port that it is created on along with the name of the payload. So once this is done, the payload is now available on the victim machine's desktop over here. So once this is done, the server would be stopped and MSF console would be started. So once the console has started, Metasploit console has started, I will set up the handler. Uh, and after that, I will set the architecture of the payload as shown here. This is a Meterpreter reverse TCP payload. Once that is done, the local host IP address and the port would be set. These are the same as the attacker's IP address and the port. And also one important thing, that the exit condition has to be false. Once that is done, I will now execute the payload. Oh. So now it is looking for the uh, victim machine's IP address, and I will execute the payload from here. Once that is done, it will show the So once the payload is executed on the victim machine, the session will be opened up, and in order to start the session, the following command is used. I have to create a session. This is session number 1, and now we are in the victim machine, and we could use any commands we have in this framework. Um, So I will show the files present on the directory that where the payload is. So these are the files that are present there. I can access one of the files with this command, and as you can see, that these are the commands that are these are the contents of the file, as I can also show over here. These are the same as the ones that are being shown. I can also download this file and save it on my attacking machine desktop. This file is present over here and with the same contents. I could also download a file, another file. and this is also present over here. I can also download, I can show another download over here, information.jpg. As we can see, this is a new download, so it tells the size as well, and it is present over here with the same name and the same contents that are in the victim machine. So this was about it. More commands have been applied and are written down in the documentation. Thank you.